Right now, Pittsburgh's best sports show is about to begin. Call us or tweet us. We've got things to talk about on the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call, powered by FanDuel Sportsbook.
All right, thanks a lot, Ken, and thank you for tuning into the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call. You can give us a call tonight on the Borders and Borders hotline at 412-575-2600. I'm Rich Walsh, and I'll be joined by Paul Zeise for tonight's show. Hey, the dynamic duo is back. Batman and Robin, finally back on a Friday. I had to take a couple weeks off.
I'm much better looking than Andrew Filipponi. Please tell that to Ken Rice, okay? Let's get that out of the way right now. How are you doing?
Good. What's going on? Hey, I want to talk a little bit about Cole Tucker and Vanessa Hudgens. I just did the story here on KDKA. He's got a girlfriend who's going to be spending a lot of time in Pittsburgh. The Pirates are actually going to they're bringing in some celebrity. They're bringing in a celebrity here this year. That might draw a crowd, maybe.
Well, I mean, we got to get to a point where we're allowed to have crowds. And then once we do that, I guess any little thing can help. I mean, it's incredible. We're a week into spring training, and this is the biggest story, which should kind of tell you about what's actually going on the field. Yeah,
and that's the one thing that makes me, about the Pirates. Usually I'm in spring training these 2 weeks this year because it's a little bit different. I'm not, and, I think this year is not, even though they want to have internal optimism, but there really isn't. I mean, what does Vegas have their line set at 57 wins? That's horribly low. So anything this year has got to be basically human interest stories, right? Young guys, what's going on in their lives, not so much how the team's playing. I would be so surprised if this team even won 67, 68, 70 wins this year game.
Well, I mean, I think if you look at the talent and you look at really what they're going to bring to the table every night and you look at their pitching, I think it's probably a lot more realistic to think that they are going to probably win 60 games. That's just what they are, 60 and 102 type team. If they win 67, 68, I actually think Derek Shelton probably should be manager of the year, given what they have.
I mean, what do you do with Dexter Fowler and Todd Frazier? These are guys that might take up spots for young guys, but also maybe if they have good first half of the seasons, there's also guys that you can maybe flip for some prospects.
Well, you mean Dustin Fowler? No,
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
If they had Dexter Fowler, it would be a lot better.
A lot better. You're right.
I mean, the thing about Dustin Fowler is, he was a guy with a lot of pedigree. He was a really highly thought of prospect. He hit like 340 or 350 in the minors one year. He hit a couple of, had a couple of years in the minors where he hit some home runs. The last 2 years, he just hasn't been very good. So you take a shot at a guy like that. He's still, somewhat young, and you hope that you get a guy that you can help him find his magic again, and then you have a pretty good player that you can plug in. As far as Todd Frazier, you're looking for him to be a right-handed platoon at first base. He's got a little bit of power, and you know what? He's the kind of guy that can be a leader in that clubhouse and teach some of these young guys how to be a professional. And like you said, hopefully, he hits some home runs and does some good things in the first half of the season, and they trade for him. They trade him for a prospect or two.
I don't even know if you could get anything for a guy like Todd Frazier. I mean, can he help a team, even if he has a decent year?
Well, I mean, again, he got some power, which every team loves to have a little bit of power. He's a veteran guy who knows how to handle the bat. So, I mean, that makes him a really good prospect to be a pinch hitter, which all those teams that are contenders, that's what they need. They're looking to add some pitching, and they're looking to add some bench strength. So, if he shows that he can still handle the bat and his bat speed is still reasonably good, I mean, if you're a contender and you need a right-handed bat with some power, why wouldn't you, trade him? And you're not going to get a lot for him, but maybe you can get a highly regarded single-A prospect, who is 3 or 4 years away, but those are the kind of guys they're looking to get.
All right, well, I guess the big news today is Art Rooney talking about Ben Roethlisberger to Steelers.com. We'll get into that, but we got to take a break first. Be back in 2 minutes talking about Big Ben and the Steelers. Does he come back? They want to work something out, but they have a hard deadline on March 17th. I think they'll get it done. I'm going to hear what you guys think coming up next.